We are still in award season.
We
And
are.
we're being proactive this week. We're talking about some nominations.
We are.
We're talking about the Oscar nominations. Ooh. The Oscars are, of course, seen as the most prestigious awards, and as a result, they are also the biggest joke of an award.
Yeah.
I really, really want to be able to respect awards, but time and time again, they do stuff that piss everyone off. So you're just kind of like, how can I respect you when you don't even respect yourself? But
Yeah.
that is neither here nor there. Let's talk through some of the talking points. Oppenheimer is the most nominated film with 13 nominations,
No surprise.
including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Male Lead, Best Supporting Male, soundtrack, score, not soundtrack, Best Adaptation for a Screenplay, all of them, like, very, very more prestigious awards.
Yeah.
Barbie gets 8 nominations, which is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
But there has been quite a bit of controversy. Some of it I don't necessarily agree with. Some of it doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not sure if I agree with or disagree with. So, Margot Robbie did not get nominated for Best Leading Lady.
Okay.
And Greta Gerwig doesn't get a direct Best Director nomination. But the film has been nominated for Best Picture.
Okay.
And Best Adapted Screenplay. What I don't understand, Margot Robbie not getting nominated, I think is a bit of a surprise, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad decision.
Yeah.
What I'm struggling with is Barbie didn't get nominated for Best Cinematography, Best Visual Effects, or anything else that impacts what the film looks like.
Yeah.
But got nominated for Best Picture. So I don't understand how Greta can't have been nominated for Best Director. That doesn't make sense to me.
No. Which then makes me feel like, is Barbie just in, like, don't get me wrong, great, it's a great film and it deserves to be in Best Picture, but then it's like, do they feel it did? But they're like, well, everyone's talked about Barbie, we kind of have to put it in.
Yeah.
Because everyone knows the people that pick the Oscar, like, they're a bit like snobby at times about.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's a bit weird.
There's also a bit of controversy that's wound me up a little bit because it's actually hurting the legacy of the Barbie film.
Oh.
So people are talking about how Margot Robbie got overlooked, and they're like, "Don't you find it crazy how a film about women getting overlooked once men find out about the patriarchy is once again having a woman be overlooked?" But Margot Robbie didn't get nominated for an award that only a woman can win. It's like, this is what's confusing. It's not like a man. It's not like a man's been nominated for Best Actress, and that stopped her getting nominated.
Yeah, it's. I wonder if they're saying that because I don't know who's on the Oscars panel, but I imagine it is a mix of people. But maybe they're trying to, like, I don't know.
If they cared that much, they just wouldn't nominate it at all, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're not going to nominate a film for Best Picture if, like, you're so anti-feminism.
No.
When the whole point of the film is feminism.
I feel like they wouldn't, because it's a Barbie film, to them maybe it doesn't, it's not like some amazing, it's not like Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But because of,
it's an Oscar film.
But it's like, because of how big Barbie was and how much it's talked about, they know that if it wasn't in Best Picture, people would be like, what the fuck? So and this comes back to what you said at the beginning, like, the award shows can prove that, like, are controversial at times with their decisions.
I am not suggesting I like to watch, like, international art piece films that you wouldn't go to a cinema to see, but you go to an art house to see.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of, but I watch a fuck ton of film. I pay a lot of attention to what films are coming out and when. A lot of the films nominated for stuff I hadn't even heard of. The Oscars are their own little ecosystem, and every single year there's at least 2 films that win a number of awards that I promise you no one you ever speak to has seen them films.
Yeah, unless you're like some film major who's
Yeah.
studying everything.
Yeah. And you can say what you want about, oh, the general public aren't smart enough to enjoy this art piece. If you don't know how to make art accessible, you're not that good an artist.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, stunning art.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? It was made accessible. Barbie is it genuinely a stunning piece of art
Mm-hmm.
for its critique and comment and the way it comments about society, made accessible for everyone. If you can't make your art accessible, what's your art even trying to say? Speaking of art, Guardians of the Galaxy 3
Mm.
gets a nomination for VFX. Um, VFX Oscar nominations have been kind of the only ones Marvel can ever get.
Yeah.
But what I will say is Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has been like the best VFX on a Marvel film since like Endgame.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
And
any.
has there been much else this year that would really compete in that?
No. So I guess that's the yeah, and it's the only kind of Marvel thing to really be have a chance at being nominated.
Yeah, I mean there was Ant-Man.
Yeah, but that was never going to get VFX.
No, no, it was not. John Williams got a
Hmm.
nomination for Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny score. And that makes him still the most nominated person in history. And it once again breaking his own record makes him the oldest ever nominee. Because surprisingly, he is older now than he was last time he got nominated. So
What a
John
champion.
Williams just stays cooking. Across the Spider Verse got a nomination for Best Animated Movie,
Hmm.
but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did not.
Interesting.
Mm.
I
There has been quite an uproar. People were not happy.
depends what else was nominated.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yeah, go on.
Why is my thing not working? Un momento. Other. Oh my god, that's very bright.
That's right.
Dab. Right, so the other nominated animated feature films:
Yes.
The Boys and the Heron, which is what's going to win. Elemental,
Probably. Which is Disney.
Nimona, which I've never heard of,
I've...
Robot Dreams, and then Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
So I've just Googled Nimona. I've seen images of that, but I've not watched it. It's a Netflix thing. Robot Dreams. No fucking clue what that is.
Had a budget of €5 million and it made $500,000.
Oofed. um,
Like
if it was me, it's between Spider Man and then obviously the Boy and the Heron because it's
The Boy and the
Studio
Heron's going to
Ghibli.
win, and I can live with that. This has been the animated film that's just cleaning up this award season. Elemental was being touted as Disney's biggest flop in the last 30 years. Literally earlier this year. I know it had a massive turnaround and ended up making money out of nowhere, but
Yeah,
this
but
film was viewed
this
as
is the
dog
thing.
shit for like 6 months.
It's the only like big Disney animated film that's come out, right? So it's like Disney. Usually Disney and Pixar get like one between the two of them as a nomination.
You can't
So
even see any like money for Nimona because doesn't even look like it had a theatrical release.
no, it's Netflix. I'm pretty sure.
Do you know what the Oscars should do to actually help the film industry? Not allow anything that doesn't have a theatrical release to be nominated.
Yeah.
If you don't release it in cinema, you can't nominate it. Stop letting streaming services withhold stuff just on their streaming platform and not give it a theatrical release.
Nah.
Because
I
that's killing cinemas.
just going back to VFX, I was just scrolling through the nominations. I see The Creator is on VFX. That's winning
That'll win.
VFX.
Yeah,
I watched
100%.
it the other weekend.
It is on my list to
Such a
watch
it's
soon. I'm
such a
very,
good
very excited to
film.
watch it. It is proper like old school looking sci-fi, but done modern, and it looks like a breath of fresh air. And I
It's
cannot wait to
so
find
well
time.
done. So worth a watch. But yeah, I'd love Spider-Man to win, but like you
I just don't
say,
understand how Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles didn't even get a nomination. I'm not saying that Robot Dreams isn't a good film, but it made 10% of its budget.
yeah, it's
And it's not like it had a stupid budget.
do you know what I think it is? Can only have one superhero animated thing.
I just and don't get me wrong, I understand that like the whole point of awards is it isn't about like just commercial success.
Hmm.
But guess what? Especially with animation in a time when people are more receptive to animated films than ever before, if you can't break even on a tiny budget of $5 million, no one wants to watch your film.
Yeah.
I'm not trying. Maybe it's a good film. Maybe I am being a dick here. I can live with that. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry. Come on.
yeah.
What are we doing? Um, but there are a number of first time nominees
Oh, okay.
this year. I'm pretty sure I heard someone say it's like one of the largest group of first time nominees, but don't quote me on that. So we've got Killian Murphy, of course,
Yeah.
America Ferrera, who has been nominated for supporting lead actress for her role in Barbie. Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon.
All right. Yep.
Um, making her, I believe, the first Native American acting nominee. I'm pretty sure I've heard
Oh.
somewhere. We've got the actor who played Commissioner Gordon in Matt Reeves' Batman. I forget his name. He's been nominated. Jeffrey Wright. Sterling K. Brown's been nominated for the first time. So yeah, I read somewhere it was like one of the largest we've had. I'm not sure if it's the biggest,
Hmm.
but like there's like a lot of first time nominees this year, which is always fun. And I mean, no matter how much me and you and anyone on the internet sits here and says how pointless and shit the Oscars are,
Yep.
it's still obviously a big moment for these actors, and I wish no ill will to anyone who wins one of these awards.
Oh yeah.
It's obviously a massive career achievement from them, but as fans, I think we can all kind of sit here and go, sometimes award shows don't really know what they're talking about.
Yeah.